What is up, guys? Kevin Cage back with another XRP update. In this video, I want to touch on KAVA, Atom, as well as FLR networks, and I'll try to save my ranting for the end of this video so we can get through the news. First and foremost, shared by Roth IRA, notes Ripple partner WireX is entering the US market with crypto services. Additionally, WireX is joined with Ripple partner Zero Hash to do so. They will not offer XRP because regulatory uncertainty, but it looks like they would have along with other crypto offerings. And this is shared by Bloomberg, of course. We see all the other links sourced below. And another example would be WireX right here, back in June 2020, essentially shouting out and congratulating Ripple to be the only crypto-friendly company to make the CNBC Disruptor 50 list. And as we do recall, Brad Garlinghouse was on the news shortly after for another interview. Now, something to note is Jesse Powell, the founder of Kraken, one of the first crypto exchanges to get that banking charter in the United States, which is a very, very big deal and essentially is kind of spelling out the future for cryptos and digital assets as a whole. And just want to point out on crunchbase.com, you can actually see that he did in fact invest into Ripple, just a personal investment back in 2012. It is all connected. And also, this gentleman actually shared that. This is Alex Alt, so thank you for sharing that. Let me retweet that. I thought I did, but I think I just retweeted Anders. So right here, interesting. Kraken showing up in on-demand liquidity. If you ever want to see these live flows, you can go to utility-scan.com. This is created by Murad in the XRP community. Very cool, obviously a very cool functionality to kind of track everything. You can see the corridors such as Kraken, Bitso, and Mexican Peso. So this is dated back to December 2020, just so you guys know, but I kind of wanted to connect the dots so we can see things going forward a bit better. Next, so as we recall, back in the summer when Ripple was in fact meeting with the Central Bank of Brazil, we do remember Brazil's Banco Rendimento, a very well-known bank there, becomes the first bank to operate RippleNet in the cloud. Then per recent reports that just came out, Ripple was announcing essentially that 50% of RippleNet users are already leveraging the cloud. All good and great, and then I wanted to point out this shared by Bank XRP. Banco Rendimento received the Ripple Network Accelerator, an award delivering during Swell, an annual event offered by Ripple. You can read about this, and I know we already covered this in the past, but remember, one of the key things was essentially Ripple acknowledging and saying Banco Rendimento is very, very central to their strategy in essentially expanding throughout Brazil, one of the BRICS nations. And of course, we've already talked about the connections with other RippleNet partners like D Local. Next, so this is good. I really want you guys to stick around for this thread, so I'll try to be brief because we've covered this, but it goes on to additional information that just keeps and keeps expanding. So British firm BCB Group to help corporations invest in Bitcoin. This just came out. So now corporates again are finally supposedly interested in buying crypto and Bitcoin at all-time high. So you can question the motives, that's up to you, but they're building functionality and infrastructure to essentially integrate buy, sell, digital asset markets. You guys get the gist. Now right here, BCB Group, the same group, launches instant settlement service BLINC. This is back in July 2020. So BLINC, a payments network that allows users to access instant settlements across fiat and digital currencies. Of course, we've gone through this big time based out of London, just like where Ripple and R3's offices are, and essentially one of the I would say financial capitals of the world. And we've even heard the Prime Minister saying all the going green initiatives and trying to get the tier 1 banks to become a lot more green energy wise. So, you know, Bitcoin's awesome. I hope it stays around. It doesn't hurt me by any means. I just want utility, and I believe that XRP and other digital assets are going to be served a lot better to solve the payments issue in terms of sending settlements efficiently with interoperability. There's a lot of assets that can complement one another essentially. So remember, they're integrated with DASL. This is Digital Asset Shared Ledger developed by Lab 577, excuse me. And very, very interesting. I know we've talked about this, Corda, XTC, you name it. Just wanted to point that out. And we see Avanti as well. Wow, such a small world. Now, here's the cool thread. I'm just going to point this out, speed through this, and you guys can save this. This was posted on October 19th, 2020. It is very relevant today. So, Bitstamp was one of the first Ripple gateways, and I know that's not necessarily relevant now, but just wanted to share a few things that they've been up to, specifically BLINC. So we're going to go through this. Bitstamp, one of the world's largest crypto exchanges, had introduced an insurance policy that covers the theft and other losses of user funds held on its platform. Okay? Bitstamp integrates NASDAQ's matching engine for faster order execution, and we do know that NASDAQ is also partnered with R3, and that was, shortly right after the March 2020 crash? Very interesting. Right here, Integramat. This is Bitstamp and Bank of America integrations coming soon. We do know that Bank of America is a well-known RippleNet partner. I don't know why anybody that goes on Twitter and says that, they get 1,000 retweets. But if you just looked at the founding members of RippleNet, Global Payment Steering Group, Bank of America is right there. So no surprise. Right here, Bitstamp goes live on BLINC of BCB, first exchange to enable instant and free Euro and British Pound transfers back in August 2020. Let's keep moving. Now we have the good stuff. We have BitGo, Ripple, Bitstamp, BCB Group, and the UK FCA Financial Conduct Authority that has specifically said that XRP is not a security, as we know, just like Japan, Switzerland, Singapore, you get the gist. So right here, Bitstamp becomes the first, did already cover this, will become the first cryptocurrency exchange to enable BLINC, a new settlement network by BCB Group, 24/7, zero transaction fees, fiat and crypto between accounts instantly. Keywords. I think this is important, guys, and I think this is going to pave the way for the future, despite many skeptics. Bitstamp supports the launch of PayID. This is called PayString today, essentially an initiative that Ripple really started with well over 100 million users, including unstoppable domains and many exchanges like Bitrue. Simplify global payments. All right, so just like even right here, Trustline, it's a PayID initiative. Notice instead of the @ symbol for email, they're using a $sign. So it's your payment address, so to speak. So this is happening. We're going to touch on Trustline in just a bit, so stick with me. Where was I? All right, so PayID, you get it. BitGo, selected by Ripple to provide multi-signature security, and also we do know that they were building enterprise wallets and functionality for XRP back in 2019. We also know that PayPal essentially wanted to buy BitGo. So fun, and of course PayPal listed digital assets last summer. Right here, BCB Group, a British firm based out of London, of course, and Bitstamp is now officially approved by the UK financial watchdog, the Financial Conduct Authority. And right here, R3 and Corda are integrated with BCB, and I already talked about Lab 577 as we know, but just wanted to show you. I have all the articles, I believe, linked. You guys can literally search these keywords on Google and pull it up yourselves too if you're curious. BCB Group is now the only dually regulated institution of its kind to offer customers a unified suite of payment services, crypto trading, and custody services. The company's platform is enabled with its proprietary application, API, I'm just going to say API, and integration into R3's blockchain network, Corda. And Corda, yes, I'm not going to get my hopes up and say it will settle with XRP someday, but it is an agnostic type of database that absolutely can, so you can't rule it out. And last but not least, yep, I did post this right here. So Ripple's XRP deemed to have non-security attributes by FCA. So you guys can find all that. Just sharing for the old school people. And this is before the crazy allegations came up. So we've been kind of calling this all along. Everybody's been saying essentially when in fact before clarity comes, there's going to be hardcore manipulation, drops, FUD, and we may not even be done with the FUD campaigns. We're probably just getting warmed up. Right here, institutional markets manager looking to hire for Ripple based out of Singapore, support Ripple's ability to understand XRP trading markets in order to manage our digital assets and our products that leverage digital assets. Very cool. You guys, I encourage you, if you are here, I didn't mean to leave this link up, but I encourage you, if you're brand new, go to ripple.com, read about their specific customer case studies. When in doubt, zoom out. It really helps put things into perspective and realize how groundbreaking some of this technology is and what it means for just digital assets as a whole. It's not just XRP, but I'm very, very confident in the future for XRP, of course. All right, next. So I wanted to kind of speed through this, but I'm going to save this for another video, guys. But this is a very good thread shared by Anders. Just kind of wanted to talk about the potential for, token distribution for XRP settlement. This is full speculation right here, so I'll preface that in the next video. But yes, I am excited for the future, so I'm going to move this guy over to the next tab. All right. Right here, Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan reportedly buying exposure to one crypto asset, and it's not Bitcoin or Ethereum. It's such a clickbait article by the Daily Hodl, of course, and it actually turns out it seems to be an ETP, an exchange-traded product tied to Polkadot's native asset, .dot. So I hold this guy, not a bunch anymore, unfortunately, but just pretty cool to see, all these new developers really taking an interest. Of course, the asset's essentially done a 10x plus. I think there's quite a pullback now thanks to Bitcoin coming down. But overall, a lot of assets are competing with Ethereum, and I wish the space well. I want innovation, but I'm really excited for what FLR Networks will be doing, essentially unlocking value between all of these blockchains. and just letting the best survive. Right here, so KAVA Labs, with the successful launch of IBC, and we'll go over that today, KAVA will become the DeFi centerpiece for all Cosmos users and assets. Now, I believe when I first heard about KAVA, there were a few people that pointed it to me, but I swear, and I'm going to have to find the video clip because I keep saying this, I found David Schwartz discussing, I thought, Cosmos platform and KAVA, and I thought he was just kind of talking about interoperability between blockchains, and since he mentioned that type of concept, when it was early on before they had, they're minting stable coins and interoperability with XRP, I was interested right away. All right, right here. All eyes on KAVA as Cosmos with Atom AOTM, of course, has done exceptionally well in terms of this bull run. Finally announces launch of IBC. Right here, IBC, short for Inter-Blockchain Communication, has been one of Cosmos's most eagerly awaited features. Wanted to point that out. Many people think they, miss Polkadot. Seems like this website's talking a lot about Atom, but I would much rather almost talk more about KAVA and the future price potential for that, because Atom already went from several dollars to $20 plus, and even per the 4.236 extension, Atom does have some upside in the years ahead, of course, but KAVA, in terms of price potential, long term, guys, long term. Please, when I say an asset, it does not mean go buy it now. It could go down. It could, no assets guaranteed. But I think KAVA could easily be a $10 asset, a $20 asset, maybe 3 digits someday. So just kind of pointing that out. I think it's a very exciting type of DeFi asset, just like many, frankly. All right, right here. So we do know that the nominee for the SEC, essentially the chairman, is Gary Gensler. So just wanted to share that they're set for the March 2nd confirmation hearing. We've already talked about this gentleman, former MIT professor, talked about Ethereum, talked about XRP. Of course, MIT runs a validator on the XRP ledger. MIT is deeply ingrained with Algorand and the Algorand Foundation, and Silvio Micali, the founder of Zero Knowledge Proofs. And we know that David Schwartz is also a big fan of Zero Knowledge Proofs. And right here, so FLR Networks retweeted Bank XRP's tweet. So let me read Bank XRP's tweet really quick. Trustline app, per that website that I was just showing you right here, and right at the website says a secure peer-to-peer credit network. Extend credit, build credit, and use credit like never before. And I love that they already have this type of pay string initiative set up right there. So we have this. Trustline app is releasing a proposal for new crypto stablecoins. IRA, I'm going to butcher that name. IRA is intended to be deployed on FLR Network, and trustlessly issued on the XRP ledger. People do not understand that the XRP ledger has a lot of rich features. You have a native DEX. You can issue currencies, stable coins. It's just overall very, very interoperable. So you can have IOUs, whatever you want. So now FLR says this would allow any integrated coin, currently XRP, Litecoin, and Doge, and soon to be GALA, by the way, which I've added to my long-term holdings, to trustlessly create a stable token. Well, what does that mean? It's going to be unlocking value. So wait until, right now they're going after Litecoin, Doge, some of these coins that, have decent value, but maybe don't interoperate with these other fragmented silos or blockchains so well. Just like we're talking about IBC, inter-blockchain communication. So this is the future I see. People call this hype, but man, we're going to be living in a different world in 2 years and 5 years, and this is happening. So I'm beyond excited, and I'm going to keep covering it. Also, so Michael Val5Links even sharing, same article by AMB Crypto, Trustline plans to release a new stablecoin that will be deployed on FLR Network and issued on the XRP ledger. Please understand, we're rooting for the success of FLR here, guys. If I talk about FLR, don't roll your eyes and be like, oh, I wish you're talking about XRP. The success of FLR is the success of the XRP ledger in my mind, and giving them that next leg up in that benefit to essentially utilize Ethereum's EVM, utilize AVAX, the other token for consensus, and then XRP for extremely efficient payments and settlements in any type of digital transaction. It doesn't have to be value, it can be anything. So DLT is going to change the world in terms of transactions. And a transaction can be anything. It can be inventory, it can be medical records, it can be identification. So there's really no limit. I'm not going to give you a price limitation. And then also Trustline app, we will be building on the FLR networks to provide the Trustline app users access to DeFi. Very cool. So I encourage you guys to read this website. It is trustline.co, C-O. And last but not least, so there is now, and this is a report put out by crypto.com. If you did want to actually find it and read it, I was reading through it. You can click right here. It's all sourced. And essentially just saying cryptocurrencies are now used by more than 106 million people around the globe. Wanted to point that out. Adoption is happening on a daily basis, guys. If I just had any advice for everybody, like I've just been tweeting up a storm, it's probably super annoying, but so be it, because I know it's at least helping one person, or I'd like to think so. Overall, you don't have to be a day trader to be successful. Sometimes just taking advantage of these macro swings can make all the difference. So what I do say oftentimes is the less trades you make, typically, essentially yield like a higher percentage in profit, because you're not going to just keep listening to your emotions. Set your targets in weight. So Patreon, it's strictly taking advantage of swing trading. Yes, sometimes there'll be some scalp or, type of day trading opportunities, but I'm a busy guy. I want to focus on the research. I'm looking at the macro view. So that is what I'm excited for. And overall, in the world of like NFTs, non-fungible tokens, GALA, Flow, some cryptos that I've touched on in the past and kind of like, hint at to look at, I love some of these interviews that are coming out, even on CNBC that I saw of Gary Vaynerchuk, Gary V, I'm sure you guys know him. And overall, he said on Yahoo Finance, I believe, he said a lot of people are trying to connect their Coinbase app to their MetaMask and things like this and just, learn how to get used to it and go into DeFi as well. And he keeps making fun of the people that are, because like all of us that are doing that, because we're nervous to try to get into DeFi and crypto, because we're the same ones that made fun of our parents for not wanting to put their credit card, into the computer on a website years ago. So I just thought that was so funny. I can absolutely relate to that, because I would get nervous, playing with some of these DeFi applications, but when you put it in that perspective, man. All right. And overall, guys, you just have to keep learning. I'm right there with you. I'm no different. I'm excited for the space. I'm going to keep sharing projects that I like and I'm passionate about. GALA Games, for example, has done since January 1st. And essentially it's, kind of like brand new, even though they've been doing work. And I'm really excited because I just hear the team and how passionate they are about what's to come. So I am hopeful. Yeah, there's going to be price fluctuations. It'll be a bumpy road, but I've added to my long-term holdings. And since January 1st, even if you go to Coin Trader and just look at that chart, since it's not available on TradingView, you can see that it has increased a total of 1,900% plus so far. And its market cap is, I believe, still under like 200 million. And I'm not going to say that every, NFT project is going to win. What I'm saying is the, 95% of them will fail, and the 5% that last are going to dominate. It's all or nothing. That's why I say on this channel with even XRP, it's hero or zero. You either become a highly liquid bridge asset medium of exchange and keep sucking up value and become the cheapest alternative to payments out there, or you fade away into oblivion. So either fade away to oblivion, into oblivion, or you make a dent in the universe. So that is what I'm excited for. So overall, guys, keep going strong. Do whatever's best for you. We all have our own financial situation. But I was tweeting earlier and just saying, why do most people quit anything they try? And the obvious answer is, well, because the people quit because they don't see the results fast enough. Whether it's trading, investing, eating healthy and cooking, fitness, education, going to school, a really tough career, art, whatever it is, music, and you name it, you can draw that parallel. And success is not supposed to be easy. It never was supposed to be easy. Don't be average, because the people that are successful, the small minority, end up pushing through that barrier and going beyond what that normal person would endure because they're lunatics. And yet, these successful people are looked at like they're lucky. And in reality, successful people are typical people. They're us that just remain consistent and we're disciplined. So hopefully this rant wasn't annoying. I hope you guys enjoyed, and be sure to hit the bell icon. I will see you in the next video.